I'm Nikki. I'm the founder, yes, and CEO of ThinkQueen. So last year, I quit my job with this idea of I wanted to explore creating a technology platform that would bring quality content to people. So lots of questions. I've spent the last year thinking about technology, quality, design, culture. What do all these things mean? And so today, I'm just going to share a little bit of what I've learned and thought about for the past year. Now, a great example of a technological innovation that had such broad impact on culture and society is the printing press. It was, like I said, a technological innovation, but it ended up transforming and changing society in deep and wonderful ways. When books became widely available, there was so much more information available to people. Literacy went up, and the amount of human and intellectual capital that was around just soared. But there is also another more interesting theory that says that when books came about, they essentially rewired our brains. When we developed the capacity to focus and read for longer, deeper periods of time, we developed the capacity for deep thought, which led to new ideas, new creativity, and in turn, new inventions. So technology shaped neurology, and the neurology went back and ended up creating new technology. And that's the way it's always been. Technological and social forces, cultural forces work together to impact and transform our societies. And today, we're clearly in the middle of another information revolution, and a lot's being said and written about the effect. We won't know for sure, for another 50 or 100 years. But I think it's important to know that the things we are creating today are shaping us. We are being shaped. So organizations have their own cultures. And these are usually the beliefs of the founders, which then get adopted and propagated by those that want to belong to those cultures. And today, I think it's also interesting how organizations and beliefs and cultures and tools are kind of all mingling together. It's hard to know the impact where one stops and the other starts. Like, for example, when you buy a fitness band, are you wearing it or buying it because you care that much about your heart rate and your pulse rate, or do you want to signal this belonging to a culture of fitness? Or when you watch a show, are you watching it because you may be interested in crystal meth, or are you watching it because it's so popular that you can't afford to miss out? And so by watching it, you make it even more popular, and so now the next person has to watch it. In case of media, this effect is pretty fascinating, because when we read or watch something, the metrics go back to the producer. So even though they are the ones making these media choices, you are the ones actually deciding what gets made. And the speed of these feedback loops obviously is increasing, right? So there are instances where, as you are using or experiencing a product or service, it's literally being designed and customized and being reshaped according to your experiences right then. So what does this mean? It means that we are all designers, whether we like it or not. The way we are, what we choose today is shaping the world around us. So if we make poor quality choices, we end up living in a crappy world. You can't blame anyone else. So how do you decide quality? And after thinking about it for a long time, it came down to two things for me, intent and impact. Intent, I think, is a leading indicator, and impact is a lagging indicator. I believe the intent behind the creation of something is a good predictor of its quality. Something that has been created to enrich the life of its user is going to have a higher quality than something created just to make money. And then quality is more of a lagging indicator, but whether it's clothes or books or music, anything of good quality is going to endure and provide value to its user for a longer period of time. I'm going to take a breath here. Okay. So we saw this in case of food, right? When food designed for convenience was okay back then, but it has had such disastrous consequences for us over the long term. And so now we know that what we put into our bodies is important, and I believe what we put into our brains is even more important. So essentially, as consumers, I think it's our responsibility to demand intent. It's our responsibility to be aware of our own intent, as well as the intent of the products and services that we are using. But perhaps more importantly for the people in this room, as designers, it's important to know that what we create has a big impact. And sometimes that impact can go beyond the way we intend it to be. So we all have power. Let's use it wisely. That's about it. Thank you very much. If you'd like to get in touch, please email me at nikki@thinkfiend.com. Thank you.